Hello and welcome to S.T.A.R Productions, spiritually trained and renewed productions. I'm your host, Max Desir. As you can tell, we are not in the S.T.A.R Production studio today. We are at the beautiful Tribe Talent Management with the one and only owner and founder, Sherry Rhine-Padilla. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Max with S.T.A.R Productions, spiritually trained and renewed productions, where it's not enough to be talented, you have to be spiritually trained and renewed. Today, I have a treat for you. I am at Tribe Talent Management Studio office with the one and only Sherry Rhine-Padilla. Hello, Sherry.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you. I am so excited about this interview. I've been following this woman for a couple of years now, and I'm just delighted that I'm able to sit down and have a little chat with her. Sherry, my questions to all of my guests are always the same. The first question is always the same. Okay. Could you tell us, for those of us who don't know, who is Sherry?
Who is Sherry? That's a deep question. First, I'm a business owner and a wife and a mother agent of many. I don't have any of my own children, but so I think that's why I love my talent so much, because we're like family. And
Nice.
yeah.
Sherry, it was maybe a year or two since I've been going to different events in town, modeling events, acting events, and from time to time I will notice you and your talents. We never get a chance to talk, but it gives me a great chance to watch you from far away. And as we talk, I've discovered that your journey has been quite long. For over 2 decades, you have given part of your life to dedicate your life to the entertainment industry. Today, I want to take a journey in your life. Talk a little bit about your journey from the very young age to where we are now today. And I have a set of questions prepared for you so I could get a good sense about you and Tribe Talent Management. So you started in the entertainment industry at a very young age. Could you tell us how old were you and what was the reason you started in this business?
Well, we look back at our lives, and when you're doing things, you don't realize the journey that you're gonna be on. I didn't set out to be an agency owner, that's for sure. That was never my intention. I just like being in front of people, and to be quite honest. And I danced for many years and studied acting in college. I guess my first modeling experience was I was on the Castronaut team board. So any of you people out there that may remember Castronaut from way back in the day, that's for us. That's just kind of planted the seeds of modeling.
Nice.
And so when I graduated from college, I studied theater there, and I went on and I became a fashion show coordinator. I had like a 9-state territory working on fashion shows and developing shows. And when I was 24 years old, I remember I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to New York. And I'm gonna get an agent, and I'm gonna get an agent. And that guy that broke up with me, he's really gonna be sorry.
So before we get into that career,
yeah.
What was it like living away from home?
Oh gosh. For me, it was it's terrifying in a way, because I didn't have anyone I could just call if there was a problem and I needed something. I went up there with what I thought was money, and I didn't really have very much money, and I didn't have any contacts. I literally got down to 75 cents in a Subway token before I got my first job.
Ooh.
And that wasn't a modeling job. I never found an agent.
Wow.
I never got a manager. And after living up there for a few months, I lost that job. I was like, I don't love this enough to do it over again. And home looked really good, but I wanted to stay in the industry.
All right.
And I just wanted to learn as much as I could about the industry so I could help other people break into the industry. And I think that's really my true gift. And that's my calling. I mean, really, I think we all have a calling, and that certainly is mine.
I am going to dig deeper into that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, I lived in New York for 14 years before I moved to Nashville. And every now and then, I would hear people from Nashville get the audacious boldness to move to New York and pursue their career. And I'm always excited about that. But oftentimes, I think they miss out on the reality of maybe they're not prepared enough for New York. Could you tell us, when you moved to New York in your early 20s, what are some of the things that you did that you would advise those who are moving to New York to do differently?
Well, me personally, I would not have done it the way I did it. I think you need someone to help open up those doors for you. If you're going to model and act, you need to have contacts. So what I do is I reach out to now my friends in New York, agencies, and I try to, I start with submitting photos with them. They'll want digital photos of them. And then sometimes they'll go ahead and sign them without meeting them, but there's nothing like meeting someone one-on-one.
Absolutely.
Pictures aren't always truthful because we've got something between lighting and makeup,
filters,
and Photoshop. There's a lot, so that's why the agencies really rely on those digital photos, those completely raw, untouched photos with no makeup on.
Yes.
So what I would recommend to someone is, if you've never gone to New York or Los Angeles, and that is where you want to go, try to find someone that can help open up those doors for you. So you can at least get the appointment. And I never can, I don't know what that agency needs or what they're looking for. And so, you've got to be prepared to get a lot of rejection and be pretty thick-skinned about it. Nice. My husband said one time, you got to be a warrior in this business. That you got to be prepared to really be hearing things about yourself that you probably don't want someone to tell you. You may know it, and your mother may say it, but for a perfect stranger to say something to you about your skin or your teeth or your weight or your measurements or something like that, it's probably not what you want to hear.
Nice.
But you've got to also remember that in this industry, whether you're a model or actor, you're really a product for a company. And if you're going to be a product, that means you really have to take extra special care of yourself. Your hair, your teeth, your skin, your body, exercise, eat the right things, do the right exercises. Nice. So you really have to almost think of yourself as a commodity. And the better you take care of yourself, the better you're going to feel, the more opportunities that could come your way.
Nice. And I do want you to elaborate on that later on.
Okay.
As we move further into your career, like a lot of people, entertainers, we can't hold on to the regular 9 to 5. We have to take some odd jobs in order to keep on going with our entertainment career. What are some of the jobs you took on while pursuing your career?
I did a little bit of everything. I think at one time I was holding down 4 different jobs because they were all part-time. I worked part-time retail. I worked at 2 different bars and restaurants. I was bartending at one. I was waiting tables at another, and I was cleaning houses in between.
The expression "you work like a Jamaican." That's it right here. You're a working lady.
Yeah, right. No. I really,
nice.
I get that from my parents.
Nice.
My mother's amazing. She's 79 years old. She still works 3 days a week at my cousin's law firm.
Fantastic.
And she has gone back to college and pursuing her college education.
All right, Mom, go do your thing.
So for her 80th birthday, she's going to have her graduation party, her retirement party.
That's exciting.
And her birthday party.
That is exciting.
At 80.
Congratulations.
So that, I think, we get that work ethic, I think, from our parents.
Fantastic. We're going to get down to business now.
Okay.
Now that we've touched a little bit about who you are, let's talk a little bit about one of the main reasons why we're here, behind these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Let's talk a little bit about your journey to where we are now today. So, tell us about your company, Tribe Talent Management. Why did you open it, and how did you get started?
Okay. Well, as I said, I've been in the industry for a long time, and I was coming up on a birthday, and it just, you know, I just didn't want to. I don't know if I should say this because I've worked with so many amazing people, but I'm very transparent, and for me, I just couldn't work for anyone.
That's fine.
I mean,
Sounds like me.
I mean, I just couldn't
fine.
do that, and so I left the position that I was at, and it was very tearful and for me to do that. And I'm coming up on 4 years now that happened, because I remember it was Labor Day weekend. So this weekend
Wow.
would be that 4 years ago that I walked away
Wow.
without a plan. I wasn't planning on starting an agency. I was planning on working on this side business that I had.
How did it happen?
Well, I was in Atlanta at an event, and I was really inspired by some friends of mine about paying it forward and helping others. And I lifted a prayer to God, and I just, modeling and acting is what I know. It's what I've done my entire adult life. And I just lifted a prayer to God, and I just said, one day I want to have a place to help people break into the industry.
Wow.
And I didn't know how that was going to happen. I really didn't. And I just kind of put it out there and didn't think anything about it, as we often do. And 2 days later, I get a call from someone that's, his name's Mike Beatty. Hi, Mike, if you're seeing
Hey,
this.
Mike.
Mr. Beatty. And Mr. Beatty called me, and he said, "We're not going to let you out of the industry, Sherry. I heard you're getting out. You're retiring." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And it's like, "No, you have a good eye for talent, and we want you to become a mother agent. And so we want you to come out to Dallas to see what we're doing out here." And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I guess those would be the beginnings of Tribe.
Nice.
But I never owned a business before. I didn't know where to start. And my husband's like, well, great, you get some business cards. And I'm like, I think it's more than just getting business cards. I think it's just more than that. But and I just started asking questions. And I always say that the keys to success with any industry, this industry or anything else, I think the most important thing is just the desire to do it.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
You've got to have good work ethic and strong desire and be able to handle rejection and not take it personally.
Ooh,
okay?
Say it again, sister.
I
Yes.
think the second most important thing is support from your family and friends.
Nice.
And the third is that you get professional guidance. And I've been in the industry for so long. I have a lot of contacts. So I just started asking questions. What do I do? How would I do this? And people were just pouring out to me. They were
Nice.
excited that I wasn't getting out of the industry.
Wow.
And so then there was that question, what are you going to call your business? That's a big question. That's a big question. What are you going to call your business?
Yes. Which is my next question.
Oh, okay.
Why did you name your company Tribe?
Oh, because like a tribe, tribes are, it's different races, different countries, diversity. And if you look on my wall, you see a lot of diversity.
Indeed.
And but also, so tribes come in all different ages and shapes and sizes.
Yes.
And then also tribe represents a family. And I always tell people I can't control the outcome. I'm not in control on whether someone gets booked for a job or even gets the opportunity to audition for the job.
Yes.
I'm just simply representing the talent. I can't do anything more than that.
Absolutely.
But But if I can provide a positive environment for them to be in, that they feel loved, that those opportunity, that I can't control the experience. If I control the experience, that's all I can control. I can't control the outcome. And so we really are a tribe here.
Nice.
I see that day in and day out, and they call me Mama, which I love.
So, if you can think of it now, what was your biggest fear about opening Tribe?
Running out of money.
Hey, that's a,
that's
a genuine
just,
one.
I mean, you got to remember, even when I first started Tribe, I started it with nothing. I didn't borrow any money from the bank. I didn't have a location to work out of. I found out really quick having coffee shop meetings did not work.
Wow.
So anyway, so I was very blessed to be able to have a mutual friend that introduced me to Prima, that is the owner of the Nashville Film Institute.
Wow.
And she was very instrumental in helping me get started. And then I eventually moved to my own location, which I love so much.
Beautiful location.
And
Beautiful.
but the thing is that I want people to feel that they can come to me and talk to me.
Yes.
And that this is and I'm going to be transparent with them and honest, and I think a lot of times people tell you what you want to hear, but not necessarily what you should hear.
Nice.
And as they say, the truth hurts.
Mm.
And so, but that's why you've got to be thick-skinned in this business.
Absolutely.
And I also find that a lot of times people are trying to be something that they're not and can't be, and they're putting their energy in the wrong area.
Love it. Yes.
If you don't have the height and the measurements, you're
You
not
don't
gonna
have
be
the
a
height and the
model.
measurement.
God didn't give you that.
It is
so
what it is.
work with what you got.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't mean someone that's 5'4" won't work in this industry, but they're not going to work in this industry as a fashion model because
You got
that's
your
not,
category.
That's just not what they're booking.
I love it. Love it. How is Tribe talent management different from any other agencies out there, especially here in Nashville? What makes you different?
Well, gosh, that's a really good question. I don't know exactly how to answer that because there's so many great agencies in Nashville. There's so many good agencies, and I think it's just important to find.
But you have talents coming to you almost every day. What do you think is attracting them to you, to Tribe?
I think they're attracted here because they see a lot of engagement from people in Tribe. It just warms my heart when I see people that are, like they're doing things together on the weekends that they,
Nice.
and so. And I hear, not that I go on auditions, but I do hear that when people go into the auditions and there are Tribe models there, I mean, there's just something different there. You would know. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know.
I have seen
there's
Tribe
just a love
talent.
there.
They're wonderful.
I think there's a true love and support there. And when you're often, competing with people in your agency, because let's face it, it's a competitive business.
It is.
Filled with rejection. That I really see that my talent is like they're truly excited for someone that, maybe they were sat right next to each other at an audition for a callback, and one got the booking and the other one did not, and they're okay with that. Are they disappointed that they didn't get it? Of course, that's human nature.
Absolutely.
But not everybody's going to get the job, and they also and it's important for people to understand that if you didn't book this one, you're going to have another opportunity. We're never going to run out of modeling and acting jobs.
Yes.
So you just have to continue working on your craft.
Cool.
And it is a skill, and that's what most people don't realize when they come in.
Is.
They just think it's about being, getting their picture taken.
Yes.
And it's so much more than that. It really is a skill.
What do you like most about your job and your company?
I love being a part of people's journey.
Mm.
You know, to see someone that's walked through my door, they're nervous, they're unsure of themselves, and then a few months later, they are walking on a runway or they're booked on a television show.
That's
or
exciting.
you know, it's so exciting to see
Yes.
to see that happen.
Yes.
And you know, and I have such an amazing team too. You know, I do. I mean, I've got Michael Maples. He handles a lot of my acting classes that we have. We have acting workshops here for the talent, and he's amazing. Ernie Passwaters, she's been with me from the beginning. Wonderful photographer. Tully, great photographer. Michael also shoots for me as well. And so I surround myself with really good people that have such a passion for helping others, and their egos aren't in the way or anything. They're truly here for the talent.
It's a great strategy. Great strategy.
Yeah. What did they say? There's no I in team.
Absolutely.
There isn't. So we just try to create a really positive environment for people.
Fantastic.
Because we know when they first come in, they're nervous.
Well, on that note, listen, this is Max with S.T.A.R Productions. My distinguished guest today is Sherry, the owner and founder of Tribe Talent Management. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Have you recorded a beautiful song in the studio, but now you're ready to show the world the imagery? S.T.A.R Productions. We help tell your vision.
Hello and welcome back, S.T.A.R Productions. I am with Sherry, the owner and founder of Tribe Talent Management, and we're talking about the fabulous life of modeling, acting, and everything in between. Sherry, my next question for you. I hear stories all the time of somebody at a coffee shop, they're just minding their own business and somebody just walked to them and give them a card. The rest is history. They're discovered, they're famous. Never happened to me, but I've heard stories like that. How do you discover your different talents?
Well, the one thing I've learned is I never know where I'm going to find my next star. They could walk in for my open call. I could see them at the grocery store. I mean, at a shoe store. What I have learned is when I see someone that has that something special, and I think they need to be in the industry, is I have to give them my card right then and there, because I know our paths may never cross again. And probably one of my models, Bryn Bonner. I don't know if you follow her, but
Sure.
Bryn's amazing, and I love her so much, and her family. And I found her at a shoe store. I was just walking through the mall,
Nice.
and I went up to her and her father, and I was like, I don't know if you've ever thought about modeling, but I think you could have a career. I would love it if you called me one day.
Nice.
And she did. It took them a few months. I hear that my card sat on their refrigerator for a while. And anyway, so fast forward to today. Bryn is, right now she's in New York as we speak. She's the castings have started for New York Fashion Week, so she's pretty busy going on castings right now, because that's going to be, I guess, next week. New York Fashion Week begins, and then, but she just got back from London. She has an agency there, so I've got her with Red Models in New York, and Models One in London, and we also in Why Not in Milan, and also with I'm losing track. Oh, an MP in Paris.
Nice.
And actually, her first really big job that she got was with Christian Dior. She was flown to Paris to walk exclusively for Christian Dior for fashion. So
One of those stories, huh?
It is one of those stories. It really is one of those stories. So anyway, and she came home for Nashville Fashion Week, which was great.
Nice.
And she walked for Jason Wu the following week, and she closed the show.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's a journey for everyone.
So, what do you look for in a model talent? What is that thing that they have that makes you say, I think they have it. They have that it factor.
Well, I mean, for fashion, you're always going to be looking for height, and and also their stats, their measurements.
Yes.
You're always going to be looking at stats. But you can have someone that has an amazing personality. You've got to have a good personality. You need to be outgoing. This is a people business. So
Yes.
if you don't like people, then don't get in this business.
I agree.
So anyway, it's a people business. So you really got to be able to communicate well with others. You can't be a diva on set because that's not going to work for anyone. When you definitely don't want to call as an agent and like, okay, well, let me just tell you about your talent. You don't want that phone call. So just like any business, you want someone that's outgoing, cooperative, patient, because there's a lot of downtime when you're waiting. You know that. I mean, your call time may be at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Usually it is. All right. And, even if you have to drive 2 hours, they don't care how far you have to drive.
Correct.
Call times at 6 a.m. Now, they may not need you till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
Which is very often the case.
Yeah.
Or they run out of light, and you have to do it. You have to do it again tomorrow.
Yes.
Because they never made it to your shot.
It's the truth.
It is. So you've got to really be very patient in this business. And also patience is a virtue, but especially in this business because there's a lot of you get so excited that you have an audition. And then you're waiting for that call to see if you got booked, and you never got the call.
I'm waiting on 3 calls right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
You wait for that call, and it just never happens.
Yeah.
But then there's another audition, and you get excited, and then you get the call back, and then it doesn't happen. So it's a lot of right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, there's always going to be another audition. So that's why I think everyone should always be working on their craft.
Nice.
I have a saying: if you're not training, your competition is.
Correct.
Download scripts and practice those with your telephone and record those.
Nice.
If you're a model, practice your walk. My best walker, she practices every single day. And when she walks out,
you could tell.
oh. Yes, you can tell. She delivers every time.
Michael Jordan did not just.
No.
He had to practice every day.
No, and it's funny when the camera's on you, or thousands of eyes are on you. All of a sudden, you forget everything that you know sometimes. So that's why it's got to become second nature.
Yes. Indeed.
With acting, if you're concentrating on knowing what the words, well, you're never going to engage with the character.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, you've got to memorize it first, and that takes time. So, actors and models have got to be very disciplined and realize that, there's going to be times where you got to sit down and you've got to work on your script while your friends are at the football game. You don't get to go to play football. You got to stay home and you got to work.
In economy, we call it opportunity cost. So if you choose to do this, then you lose the opportunity to do that. But if you do that, you lose the opportunity to do this. So you got to choose which one you want to do.
You've just got to follow your passion and realize you're going to have to make sacrifices.
Absolutely.
To be successful in anything.
The few times I've met you, not met you, but I've seen you, and I've seen your interactions with your talents. There's this innate love between your interactions, and you could tell the interaction between you and your talents. And every now and then I'd hear the parents talk about how much they love you, or talents talk about how much they love you.
Oh, that's
What is your secret?
I love them. I really, really love them.
Nice.
I want what's best for them. I do. And as I said earlier, I love being a part of that journey and seeing those happen. And it may, unfortunately, it may never happen. I'm not in control of that.
Yeah.
but I'm going to go back to creating that positive and loving environment.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, and that's why I love my office so much here. It just feels like when you walk in, you feel like you're at home immediately. It just, you know, I love it here. I love being here. I love surrounding myself with these amazing kids and their parents. And by the way, if you're watching, I love my parents too. I couldn't do it without you.
Kudos to the parents.
Kudos to the parents. Yeah, I mean, they're supporting their child's dream. And then, as you know, as a parent, because your daughter's in this industry, you know, it also the parent has to make a lot of sacrifices as well. Not just driving someone to an audition, but, you know, downloading the scripts and doing the self-tapes and everything. You know, this industry, you know, because of, you know, our phones, the industry has really changed so much over the years. You have a lot of capacities now at your fingertips, but at the same time, you know, I feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way. You know,
Gotcha.
especially with social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
You know, social media has become a big part of our industry, and getting those followers. And the bigger the following, sometimes you can have two girls or two guys that, you know, if you're the client and you're like, oh well, you can't really decide what's going to be the tipping point. It's going to be those followers. If you've got 2,000 followers and they've got 20,000 followers, they've got 200,000 followers.
Wow.
Who do you go with?
Wow.
It's so, you know, you need to keep your social media clean as well. That's so important.
It's good.
Keep it clean. I have a saying: if you can't show it to your Church of Christ grandmother, then you probably don't need to post it on social media.
I like
it
it.
needs to be really positive, you know, to stay positive and create that engagement.
That's good. That's good. Do you get involved in preparing your talents for the competition out there? And how do you do that?
I do. I provide workshops for them. Yeah, we have you know, runway workshops. We have acting workshops. We provide an environment where they can work on their craft.
Nice. Nice. There's no perfect body, face, symmetry out there. There's always something that we need to work on. When your talents come to you, and obviously there's something they need to work on, how do you deliver that message to them to make sure that they know that you're for them and not against them?
Oh, well, you know, the tape measure doesn't lie. That's for sure. So, you know, if it's a fashion model, you know, and they've got the height, and that's their goal, is to be able to walk in the shows in New York or Paris. You know, they've got to get their measurements down, and 34 hip, 35 hip is what the designers are looking for. Now, with that being said, curves is now part of our industry.
Curves is in.
Curves are, thank God.
Curves
we
are in.
love curves. But for the curve models out there, it also means that you have to continue to work out and take care of yourself and be proportionate.
Mm-hmm.
And be proportionate. It is.
That's
So,
good.
yeah. So, I mean, there's work out there for everyone. You know, your height, you know, your height, your age, you know, your size, those really aren't factors. But again, if you've just got to be, you got to put your energy in the right direction. As I said, if you're 5'5", you've got to realize you're not going to be a fashion model.
Yes. Yes.
And there's not there, and it's not that we don't believe in you. It's just that that's not what the clients are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
We have to answer to the clients.
That's the reality.
Yeah, that's the reality.
And there's plenty of jobs for you out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plenty of jobs. So
yeah,
don't worry
and-
about what you can't
Yeah,
get.
and acting and you know and acting is just it gives talent longevity.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your entire life you can work in this industry.
Yes, indeed.
And far from popular belief, I don't know if I want to say that, but I really think modeling is acting, because you're exuding emotion. with your eyes and your body language and everything. I mean, let's face it, a runway walk is completely different than if you're walking in the grocery store.
Right.
It's not the same walk.
It's not the same. It's true.
It's not. But then I have models that walk so much, practice so much that sometimes they almost forget how to walk like a normal person.
That's true. That's true. I'm guilty of that. I think I've practiced my walk so much, I just walk like that now. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I walk like that. When the talent comes for an interview
Right.
with you, what would you like him to wear for an interview? Sometimes I know people go out of their head, they get stressed, they're like, break it down for us.
Well, for me, when they come in, I just like them to be dressed in all black. Okay, it's kind of, for modeling, it's really an industry standard for modeling auditions. Girls, you should wear black leggings with heels or heeled booties, with a black tank top or t-shirt. Just keep it. Guys, black skinny jeans and a black t-shirt. Just keep it really casual. Do not wear a lot of makeup. Have your hair pulled back in a ponytail so we can see your neckline, your jawline. Just keep it really simple.
Nice.
We're not looking for like heavy makeup. I mean, I have one of my girls just came in recently, and I said, the next time you come in, I do not want to see a stitch of makeup on you because I can't see what you look like. And oh my gosh, is she beautiful. I mean, she was beautiful with the makeup, but I really wanted to see what was underneath that.
Yes, indeed.
And I was like, wow, please never wear makeup again. You don't need that. But I think, in this day and time, girls have gotten so, the lashes, the brows, it's a little bit overdone now.
Yes.
The lashes are
Yes.
getting too long and the brows are getting too big and dark. It's like
Yes.
all I see is your eyebrows. I want to see you.
That's true.
It's true.
That is true. Listen, this is Max with S.T.A.R Productions. I'm with Sherry Rhine-Padilla, the owner and founder of Tribe Talent Management. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to S.T.A.R Productions, Spiritually Trained and Renewed Productions. I am with Sherry, the owner, founder of Tribe Talent Management. Sherry, for the struggling actor model out there who is going to auditions, they don't seem to be booking anything. What advice do you have for them?
Most importantly, don't give up. Don't give up. This is an industry that takes time and it takes commitment. Give it a 10-year plan. If you're not in a production, then take some acting classes. Get involved in acting classes, improv classes. If you're a model, find photographers that can shoot you for trade. And just always be doing something and networking.
Yes.
For sure. But I think your attitude is so important in this business because, and I have something that I do every day that I like to share with my talent, and because it's about putting that positive energy out there.
Yes.
And I start every morning. I say out loud, I expect great things to happen today.
Mm-hmm.
And every night before I go to bed, I say the exact same thing. It's the last thing that I say out loud. I expect great things to happen tomorrow.
Fantastic.
And every day, something great happens.
Yes.
Every day. I mean, life. I mean, everything's not going to be. We don't live in a perfect world. We're not going to have a perfect day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we learn from those. We grow from those. We're not going to better ourselves unless we have challenges in our lives, but it's how we deal with those challenges, and having a positive attitude and surrounding yourself with positive people is probably one of the most important keys. in this business, in life, I think.
You know, one thing you touched on that is so true, speaking positivity into your life every day. You know, it's been
Every day.
proven physiologically, if you tell yourself, if you cough once and you tell yourself, I think I'm going to get sick, and you say it long enough during the day, you end up getting sick.
Absolutely.
So whatever we put into this world, we actually get it. So if we put that positivity out there, though it may seem in actuality, it's not going the way we want, eventually it's going to come around.
It's going to come back to you, you know. I mean, I think we've seen people and people in our lives that it's just like, it's almost like a series of unfortunate events, just like Linus. Remember Linus from Peanuts? There was always a cloud over his head that was raining on him, right? Like little Linus. It was just constant, you know. And you can get in those kind of ruts sometimes, but you know, it's just, you know, be positive, be mindful of others, be kind to others, and be positive, and train.
Love it.
Train. Because, you know, you don't know who's going to be in that acting class that, you know, they're working on a project and like, oh, you'd be great for this. And, you know, and it's just meeting other people that are working on things that have the same passion that's going to help you along the way.
Absolutely. You know, I remember back in the days before social media was an explosion, I had done postcards for my agency in New York. And once a month, I'll send them a postcard, and in the back of it, I'll tell them what I'm working on. I may not have booked anything that month, but they know that I'm practicing this scene. They know that I'm doing this. And it's always interesting because out of sight, out of mind, because they keep seeing that postcard, they keep remembering me for gigs. You know, now with social media, it's even easier. You could always send your agent an email, say, hey, that's what I'm working on.
Right.
Hey, check out this play I'm on. Would love to invite you to come check it out. So there are ways. What are your pet peeves about a talent looking for representation? I'm sure you got your few pet peeves that must not do that if you're looking for representation.
Oh, gosh.
I know personality is key for you.
Personality, but I you know, just manners, you know. Your audition really begins when you are getting out, you know, in your car. You don't know who's watching.
Nice.
You know, we're looking at you. We're looking at how you interact with others, how you speak to your parent. Is there respect there? How you treat the receptionist. You know,
Nice.
those are really important facts. Because I mean, you can lose an audition before you even audition just based on those things. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree.
So yeah, and then also you know keep your social media clean. We're you know, when people are applying for Tribe, we're looking at their social media before they've even walked in the door. We're looking at them.
Nice.
We're looking at what they do. We're looking at what type of friends they have. What they're, you know, we're researching them because for me it's going to be a long-term relationship. You know, for years. So you want to know as much as you can about a person before you enter into a relationship with them.
I love it.
And so that's, you know, you want to, again, I keep going back to the social media thing, but it is important for your job, not just this industry, just in life.
Yes. Keep your social media clean.
Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. Keep your language, keep it PG.
Yes. Time for you to brag a little bit.
Oh, I love to brag.
Tell us about your success stories here at Tribe. I know you talked about Bren. She's definitely wonderful. I'm sure you have a lot more to say about her and others, but I would love to hear some of your success stories.
Oh, wow. Well, I feel like they're happening every day, so I always have those like pinch me moments. I just had, 7 of my kids just booked the American Girl campaign, so you know that's just every little girl's dream.
Nice.
To be an American Girl doll. So that was fun.
Wow.
So also let me look. I have to look on the wall here. Claire.
Wall of Fame, everybody.
Well, this is Claire. Claire Green. She signed with me not even quite 2 years ago, but she's in LA right now. We have her with a manager and also an agent in LA, but she just wrapped a movie and playing the lead with Kelly Pickler for Christmas at Graceland.
Ooh.
Yeah. So she got the lead role for that. So
Congrats,
mom called me
Claire.
she was actually scheduled to leave for LA, and 2 days before she left for LA, she got a call that, hey, you booked the movie. So they were in sweaters and hats in July in Memphis. Can you imagine?
Sweet.
So anyway, so that was so exciting for Claire. Presley, she's another great child actor, singer, talent. I just saw her today. She's back from LA, and I can't say what she's working on because we have to sign confidentiality.
It's one of those.
Yeah,
yes.
it's one of those things,
Mhm.
but big things are coming. Okay, let's see. There's Adam down here, Adam Woolard.
And we'll show you the pictures in May while she's talking about them.
Yeah, Adam's going to be going to Paris Fashion Week. He told me the other day. He just booked a job he just booked eHarmony. Actually, I just got an email yesterday. He just booked eHarmony. And he's in LA. But we have an agency. He has agencies. He has he has an LA agent. He has a Chicago agent, a Dallas agent, and one in Germany, one in New York, and one in Miami.
Go Adam.
So, but he's loving LA, so that's great. Let's see, Chloe, she just up there on the corner there. She's on the top, Chloe.
Chloe.
Chloe is, she just left for New York last week, and she texted me, she just had a booking this morning, and she's going on castings.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Little Calissa and Amber, they just booked a job in Atlanta yesterday. They just
Cool.
walked for the Jeffrey Cares fashion show in Atlanta, and so that was awesome.
As you look back on your journey, the tears, no food, no money in your pocket, all the vicissitudes you went through, and now we're looking at Tribe. We're looking at the very success you're having, the lives you're impacting, and you're making a lot of people happy nowadays. What is your message to the person who wants to give up on their dreams?
You should never give up on your dreams. Everyone has a right to dream and to dream big. But I mean, you've got to realize you're going to have to work for it. Dreams don't just come true. You have to work towards that. And call it a goal.
Yes.
Write that goal down. Do something every day towards that goal, and it will soon become your reality. When I started Tribe, I put, it was just like a rush of one day, like what to call my company, what to put in my signature line, and I put, catching a dream and making it real. And I used the dream catcher, that was, on my logo too for the longest. So so that's what we try to do here at Tribe is we see that you've got a dream. We want to try to make it real.
Nice. Wow. Short-term goal and long-term goal. What is the 3 to 5 years strategic plan for Tribe? And then long-term goal, what is that lasting impression you want to leave in this world?
I would love to see someone walking the red carpet and accepting an Oscar.
Love it.
I would love to see someone on the cover of Vogue or Bazaar or W or one of the fashion magazines. My long-term goals are, I would love to see those things happen.
Yes.
And say, we did it. We did it.
Love it. Love it.
So, I guess as far as the last question was what kind of lasting impression do I want to leave? Absolutely.
When people think of the name Sherry, when people think of Tribe, what is that lasting impression you want to live in this world?
That it was the best experience of my life. Being with Tribe changed my life.
Nice. Wow.
And
Wow.
and Maggie, and I said hello to Maggie earlier. I'll show Maggie's comp card here. I'm gonna tell a little story about Maggie.
Hey, Maggie.
That's Maggie. So Maggie was the first person that signed with Tribe, and I didn't have a Tribe. And that was a big gamble when you meet someone and said, "Hey, I'm starting an agency. Do you want to sign?" And there's no history. You don't have a booking, but her mother did her due diligence, and she talked to a lot of people in the industry to find out who I was. And Maggie now works with me. She's my assistant, and she's in college. And that's also my message to everyone: do not abandon your education.
Yes.
Further yourself. And she's in college now at Belmont, and I work really around her schedule, what she can do, because her grades are first and foremost. But she said something it was really profound, I thought, a few months ago. She said, people when they come to Tribe, they think they're coming to just to get in an agency. But what they don't realize is their lives will never be the same. And it's a culture, it's the relationships that we try to create, and so I thought that was really profound for her to say that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But they've changed my life. My life has forever changed. I'll never be the same person.
Nice.
I never will.
Well, before we close, I love it when my guests have the last word. There's always something I feel like they can always tell this world. So if you had one last thing to say to this audience, what would be it?
I'm going to go back to what you said. Never give up. Never give up on your dreams.
What is one thing you really like about yourself?
My toes.
Say it again.
It's the only thing that's left.
Love it.
I love my toes.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
I know, right?
I love it. I know that earlier you read me some of your stories about your talents, the things they say to you, and that may be more than anything. It means more to you than anything else. Could you read to us maybe a couple of your stories from your talents, things they've told you?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. Let's see. Gotta put readers on. Let's see. Got a couple of them marked that I could share. Dear Mama, they call me Mama. You play one of the biggest roles in my life. You gave me the courage and confidence, and most importantly, a second family. I love Tribe and everything about it, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I have new friends because of Tribe, and I'm proud of how quickly I've improved, and it's not over. I'll always be improving with the amazing help of you. We love you so much and couldn't thank you for all the hard work you put into us. I've never wanted anything so badly. Even when I'm not at the agency, I'm at home practicing my butt off. With my encouragement of my second family and you, I feel like I can actually do it.
Wow.
Let's see. Mama Bird. It's difficult to put into words how much our relationship means to me. To think that a simple Google search changed my life so drastically is pretty crazy to me. I know that the next year is going to bring a lot of change and opportunity, and all that opportunity can be attributed to you. You've taught me so much about the industry, but most importantly, you've taught me about the importance of passion. Passion for your work and what you do for others. I've never seen someone who's more willing to go above and beyond their clients than you. I'm reminded of how far I've come at 28 years old. I was a boring old banker, and now I'm on the verge of traveling the country and living a life that I'm actually excited about. I cannot thank you enough. You are an inspiration, a rock star, and a dear friend.
Love it.
I know, right?
Love it.
And he's doing all those things. He's traveling the world.
Fantastic.
Not the country, he's traveling the world. And
Life-changing.
Life-changing. Can I read this last one?
Read this last one.
One. You have no idea how much you mean to me. My biggest dream was to be a model. and it's no longer a dream. I'm living it. For most of my high school career, I wanted to go into an agency to see if I had a shot, but my fear of rejection constantly held me back. Instead, I watched fashion shows and looked at all the magazines. It was all I could get my hands on and imagine it was me. Eventually, I built some courage to send some photos to another local agency. But she goes on that she saw Tribe Talent Management open call January 3rd, that was of this year, on my Explore page. I told my mom about it, and even though I was scared, one of my good friends at the time also went, and I went back and forth, and I decided that I didn't want to go anymore. And I was going to hold myself back from my blessing because I was afraid. Fear will stop us.
Fear will every time.
Fear will stop us. It will stop us dead in our tracks.
Yes.
I ended up walking into Tribe's store, and because my friend told me not to be afraid. You saw something in me, and I owe it all to you. I'm beyond blessed to be part of an agency where we actually know and care about each other. You're my second family, and thank you for making my dreams come true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she just walked in. She
Priceless.
just walked in the fashion show in Atlanta the other day.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's just the exciting part of being in this business is being. It's not the money. I'm not in it for the money. That's not why I started Tribe. That's I want to make a living just like anyone else, but we have to. But I always feel that if you put money before anything, that's just greed, and you're not going to be blessed.
Never put money first.
Yeah.
Money will come
Yeah.
if you just work hard.
You just work hard. Just do your thing. Just do you.
Yeah.
Just do you. And I'm not trying to be like anyone else or any other agency. I'm really not. That's not what this is about. I just want to continue helping people with their journey.
Nice.
And just be able to say, we did that.
So how do we contact you? How do we stay in touch with you? How do we follow you and Tribe?
Oh.
What are your social media outlet out there?
Well, always, of course, Instagram and Facebook. I don't do Snapchat.
So on Instagram, what do we look for?
Your Instagram, you're just going to look for Tribe Talent.
Tribe Talent.
Tribe Talent. So we always post our open calls. We don't do individual interviews. As much as I love to, they're just too time consuming. So we have an open call format, as most agencies do.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually have those on Thursday evenings. So you always have to check on which Thursdays we're having them. So they're not every Thursday, but they're always at 6:30 in the evening, and they're always on Thursday. And I stick to that because number one, if talent has to understand that this industry isn't going to work around their schedule. And if they can't make provisions to come to an open call on a Thursday night at 6:30, well, how in the world are they going to do a booking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Well said. Well said.
Or 6 o'clock in the morning? They can't.
Yes.
It's not going to work around their schedule.
What's your address on Facebook? Under what name?
It's Tribe Talent Management on Facebook.
Okay.
And so so they can come to our any of our open calls. Bring a parent. Do not bring your entourage. If you're over the age of 18, come along. My space is limited, as you know. It does fill up. So people have to RSVP. So I have a head count.
Absolutely.
Of how many people are coming.
What's the website?
It's a long one. TribeTalentManagement.com.
Nice. Sherry, this was uplifting interview for me. I am so glad that you've accepted this invite to have you. Me and my team here at S.T.A.R Productions, we feel very fortuitous and lucky to be in your presence and try for the great things you're doing here. In preparation for this interview, I have found out that you've never read the book Tribe. And so, as a little souvenir, just to remind you of your company, this man right here, Sebastian Younger, has done a tremendous job talking about Tribe. And I would love for you to go ahead and give this a read and let us know what you think.
I'm so excited. This is so thoughtful and unexpected.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow. I will definitely get into this tonight.
You're welcome. You're
So
welcome.
when I wake up in the morning early, I'll read me a chapter.
My guest today, Sherry Rhine-Padilla, the owner and founder of Tribe Talent Management. A max this year with S.T.A.R Productions, spiritually trained and renewed productions, where it's not enough to be talented, you have to be spiritually trained and renewed. Thank you for watching the show. Share this on social media, and à bientôt.